Hearts, of course, this weekend. You've had a couple of weeks to maybe get to know your players a little bit better. How have things been over that couple of weeks, and you know, how you ahead of the game?
I think they've been fairly good. Find out tomorrow, of course. But yeah, had a couple of little niggles in training, which I'll just have to wait and see tomorrow who's all available, and then I can make my final decision tomorrow about what what the starting lineup looks like.
So who's the doubt for you then?
I'm not telling you. Nicky is improving, but he's not. Doesn't look like he's going well. He's not going to be ready in time. Chris Kane had a wee knock. He did a bit of training today, so I'm hopeful he'll be all right. Karen McPherson had a little issue in training today. I don't know how he's going to be either. So not 100% sure what the starting lineup will look like at this minute in time.
And Nicky, his injury looked like could keep him out for some time, but does it not look quite as bad?
He's improving, yeah, he's improving. Mel, I think she's quite happy with the progress, so I don't know, don't ask me when he'll be back on the field, but things are a bit brighter on that front.
And obviously you face Hearts at a club you know very well. What sort of reception are you expecting tomorrow?
Oh, I hope to get roundly booed, that would be good. Listen, I've spent 14 years as a player, another 4 years as a manager first time round, 3 years or something as a director of football, or 4 years as a director of football, or more than that maybe, I don't know. So I've spent over 20 years of my working career, yeah, and I've got really fond memories of my time, so I'm actually really looking forward to going back to see, you know, Anne Budge and other board members we haven't seen for a while. So I'm looking forward to it.
And it'll make it an even nicer day for you if you can get the 3 points and it moves St Johnstone that little bit further up the table.
Well, that's the intention. It's going to be a tall order, but I feel that our training this last couple of weeks has been good, with a little bit of time off because of the international break. But in general, they've worked really hard, and there are some definite signs of improvement in the understanding of the way that we're trying to play. So that's been quite encouraging.
There's news out today about VAR that 3 decisions that were made out of the 400 odd that they've looked at were actually wrong. Do you feel that's 3 too many decisions that VAR's got wrong? For me, it's not VAR, it's people. People make mistakes. If we're cutting the mistakes down as year by year, then that's a good thing. So VAR's not the problem. What do you think can be done then to make sure that, you know, we've brought the system in to make sure there isn't mistakes and to rectify human error in the referee?
I don't think anybody said there wasn't going to be mistakes, because it's still people making decisions. So there's going to be mistakes. What we're trying to do is cut down the number of mistakes. And you know, I'm in the camp where it has been a little bit frustrating recently, but that might just be a little blip. And you know, I think prior to that things were improving, and hopefully we can get back on track, because I think having VAR generally gives you a better chance of the outcome being correct. I know there have been 1 or 2 issues, but other than that, let's see what it's like in a year or two's time, and if it's still getting better, then I think people will back off a little bit.
Thank you.
And obviously playing Hearts tomorrow, just what have you made of them this season under Stephen A. Smith, and what are you expecting from them?
You know, it's been a weird season. You know, when I look at the league table, it's crazy. And normally you'd expect up in that sort of third spot to be Aberdeen, Hibs, Hearts, maybe St Mirren are doing particularly well this season, Motherwell maybe, but it's just bizarre, the whole, when I look at the table I think that's crazy. So I would say what I'm saying then is I suppose that Hearts have been a little bit inconsistent. but when they're good, they're really good. And let's hope they're a bit inconsistent tomorrow.
And obviously you talked a little bit about the table then, St Johnstone starting to climb up that table, but still, incredibly tight. And like you say, it's quite, bizarre that the way the table's shaken out. And do you remember it being this kind of tight in your time last in the dugout?
No, it's a long time since, or if ever, I've looked at the table and thought that's bizarre. There's a number of teams who have not quite hit the mark that they'd be aiming for. So, and what that has done is just condensed everything. The Old Firm, as usual, are out in front, but the rest are, it's really tight. And maybe in the fullness of the season it'll play out a little bit more like normal, but yeah, and there's an opportunity for teams at the moment to climb the table very quickly, and that would have to be our first priority.
And just a final from myself, obviously 3 matches now unbeaten for St Johnstone. And is the atmosphere around the players maybe a bit more positive to the one that you first came into?
Yeah, I would say so, but that's just about results. There's been some good performances as well, so that's encouraging, individual performances, and we've had 3 players away in international duty as well, so to have 3 international players in the team and the squad is a good situation. Yeah, but I mean, it's a game by game thing at the moment, and priority is to try and get points down at Tynecastle.
Thank you very much.
Just we are touching on there again, the tightness of the table, but in the last 5 games there's obviously been quite an improvement in St Johnstone's league position, and I think tomorrow you can go possibly 8th with a win. What do you put that change in the last sort of 4 or 5 games down to?
Well, I've been here for 2 games, and the game before that I think Alec took it, and then Stephen obviously took the 2 matches before that. So I really don't know how to answer that question. I don't know.
Do you feel there's just a difference in the squad mentality now? There's just a little bit of belief that they can keep...
Well, I think the victory against Kilmarnock was a start. Then the Motherwell performance was good in parts, and even though we lost the 2-goal lead, we finished the game really strongly. That was encouraging. And then of course the Ross County game, we get a victory there and restrict them to very few chances, which again is encouraging. And let's see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we can continue to pick up points.
And tomorrow you also talked about your sort of long relationship with Arts. Does that give you any added insight that you can give to the players about going to Tynecastle?
Well, I know quite a lot about going to Tynecastle, so maybe it'll help. We'll find out tomorrow.
So what are you going to say to them about walking into the stadium, I guess?
If we sign you up in time for the game tomorrow, you'll hear it. Otherwise, you're not going to hear it.
And what about yourself then, returning to the stadium? How's it for you?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I love Tynecastle. It's spend all that time there over the years and create relationships with people. Then it's an interesting fixture, really. So early in my career at St Johnstone. But, I was always going to have to go back to Tynecastle at some point, so tomorrow will do.
You missed Dara Costello the last couple of games through suspension, and I think you said he had a wee knock. Is he?
Yeah, he's okay.
He's okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
And the 3 guys who've come back off their international
Fine.
duty, they're all
fine.
good to go as well?
Yeah, so we've... I think Cammy will be missing. I think Chris will be okay. Obviously you know about Nicky. Dre Wright you know about as well, he's out for a period of time. So everybody else is looking okay.
So is it, you've got an embarrassment of riches in the midfield. Is it just a case of sort of horses for courses then?
I don't know if it's an embarrassment of riches. I think that's maybe our strongest area, and I was going to start Cammy tomorrow, but obviously he pulled out training today, which is a bit of a blow for him, and for us as well. But we have other midfield players as you mentioned, so I'm sure we'll be all right.